What's going on, and welcome back to the BBN Report. And I know I haven't posted anything in quite some time, but the NCAA bracket just got revealed for the NCAA tournament. And I must say, personally, I really like UK's draw. I think UK got a really good draw personally, even though that draw is kind of the region of champions, if you will. But a couple of things that really stood out to me was Duke getting the hardest region. That's something you don't normally see. I'm glad to see Duke kind of got punished for not having a tough schedule this year. They still get a 2 seed, but their 2 seed is out west, with Gonzaga as their 1. Could very well get a rematch from earlier this season between Gonzaga and Duke, which that was a game that I believe Duke won earlier this year. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But another thing that really struck me is Indiana getting the play-in game. You know, I like to make fun of Indiana quite a bit. I mean, who doesn't like to make fun of that has-been program who still, for some reason, thinks it's the 80s and still thinks their fan base still thinks they're relevant when, let's face it, you ain't done jack squat in the last 20 years, and your program's been nothing but hot doo-doo the last 20 years, but you guys still seem to think you're a blue blood, and you guys still seem to think you're some sort of basketball powerhouse, despite the fact this being your first tournament appearance in, 5-6 years, something like that. I think it's your first time making the tournament since you beat us. What was that, 2016, I think. I think that was the last time you guys made the tournament. So, welcome back to the tournament, Indiana. You know, welcome back to the land of being relevant for a couple of more weeks. But, as much as I like to make fun of Indiana, Indiana got absolutely hosed in this bracket. How in the world does Indiana go all the way to the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament, knock off Michigan, and get seeded worse than Michigan, who they beat? And Michigan is 17-14. That, to me, is an absolute joke. How in the world can you give Michigan, basically a much easier path than Indiana, who just beat them a couple of days ago? Not to mention, Indiana has to go to Dayton and play in the little playing games down there in Dayton. I can't remember off the top of my head who they're supposed to play there. I think they're playing Wednesday. But that doesn't make literally zero sense to me. Another thing is Texas A&M getting left out of the field, and they're more than likely to head to the NIT if they want to play in that. And that just, to me, just shows that these conference tournaments mean absolutely nothing. I'm sorry, but I've said this for years, that the NCAA Selection Committee does not care about these conferences, tournaments outside of the automatic bid. That's all they're trying to figure out. And I think this year, more or less than a lot of other years, proves that these conference tournaments don't mean anything. Some people will disagree. Comment down below if you disagree, but it's just the fact that Texas A&M knocks off both Arkansas and Auburn in the same conference tournament, ends up getting hosed, and then now they're going to play in the NIT. It just shows to me that, along with the fact that Indiana has to play in the playing games down in Dayton, as if they didn't just beat Michigan and Michigan gets an automatic pass to the first round instead of playing in the first 4 with a 17-14 record, mind you. That, to me, is just asinine, and it just shows that the conference tournaments, to me, don't mean anything. Not to mention, I don't think they really have ever really mattered all that much. I just think in today's college basketball, they want to pretend like these games matter, and to me, it's pretty clear that they do not matter. What else about the bracket? I already talked about Duke getting the hardest region. like I said, I really liked Kentucky's draw in the East region. I was kind of surprised by that, but when I saw Duke as the 2 in the West region, I said Kentucky's going to be the 2 in the East region, which was kind of a surprise to me. A really cool matchup there with Murray State in the second round. That would actually probably be a better game than a lot of people are expecting. Murray State is very good. I don't know how often you guys have watched the Racers, but they actually got a really good team. I think they actually, unfortunately, match up well with Kentucky. But if I had to pick a Final Four right now, it'd be kind of hard to pick. But I think Arizona, Kentucky. I'm not really sure I'd pick the other 2, actually. Maybe Gonzaga can get there again. I don't know. I think Gonzaga has a pretty good shot at winning that region as well. So we'll definitely see. I'm excited about getting the tournament going. I always take a bunch of these days off of work. So I always take the whole tournament off of work every year. So that's always where a lot of my vacation time goes to. But there's kind of a few of my rants on the tournament bracket being revealed. And comment down below if you think that Texas A&M got hosed, and if you think what you think about the conference tournaments. If you think they actually mean something, or if they don't mean anything. And I'll go out and get you guys in the next one.